I'm drinking prune juice because I'm in the middle of the human centipede. And if Daniel's editing this right now, we gotta keep that joke in.
Is the best
She would get
character
the
that doesn't
end.
get the end?
She would get the end. Best for last.
That's how Human Centipede worked.
I they might have had it the worst.
Yeah.
You
You
No,
want to
no,
be
in the middle is
upfront
the
definitely
worst.
there.
did.
The first is the best. I've never seen it, but I just
You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're eating it and it's getting passed along the way. So you're just eating the.
At least
stop.
the one in the middle is whatever. I'll get someone.
On
I can't
that
believe this
note,
was a movie.
welcome back to Not a Strong Start, a podcast by filmmakers who talk movies, television, and theorize the best placements in Human Centipede. I'm your host. Riddle me this.
I am not your host. Questions you have.
Answers you will.
Ugh. I'm Turd Ferguson. I should have got a mustache.
You kept them on your armpits instead. So in this week's episode, we're going to be doing a series of questions we're going to be asking ourselves. There's going to be some good thought-provoking questions that are going to make us answer and squirm in our seats as we're trying to come up with what our answer shall be. You guys ready for this one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm all about the
So
cramming
I
in.
think.
So the funny part, we love the cramming, okay? We love cramming as much as we can inside any orifices of anything that involves any kind of answers that come out on the other end, right? Just like Human
No,
Centipede.
I know.
But
Unless you're human centipede, then you
damn,
don't want to cram. You want to be at
then
the
you don't want to
end. You're not a
cram.
crammer. That's the only
Exactly. But
time.
here is the thing that we are going to cram is a message from George.
Hey everyone, let's take a moment to talk about where I've been getting these new Not a Strong Start t-shirts from. Head on over to itsnas.threadless.com, the only place where you can get Not a Strong Start merch, whether it's our newly designed mascot or just your favorite movie logo now with some Nas flair. You can rep your Nas love on tee, hoodie, mug, rug, and so much more. So get yours today. Just click on that link below and have yourself a strong start. Have a not a strong start, have a start that's strong, but not so strong. You know what to do.
Bam! That's where you can get the t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right now. Whoop, whoop. That one. You guys aren't as cool as me right now because I'm rocking the t-shirt. You guys aren't. Look at that.
Lame.
I've
Jose
got
right
the
there with his.
underwear.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Hey, but when the underwear says not a strong start,
So
not the best
not a strong start in front,
advertising.
but a strong finish.
There we go. Man, how many
God.
references are we gonna make to Human Centipede? Let's keep it going, baby. That's the very first question. How many are we gonna have? So far, I think probably up to about 3 or 4 right now.
All right, we'll start with something simple here.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys believe that genre fatigue is a real thing? Right now, they're supposedly saying that with superheroes, we got superhero fatigue, but that's not the first genre that's quote unquote had fatigue. Do you guys feel it's a real thing?
I'm gonna say yes, it does. Okay, because if it becomes overly saturated, right, you might have some people that haven't seen stuff in a while and like, oh, maybe I'm giving this one a shot. So is there such a thing as fatigue for everybody? Of course not. But I think for the general masses, because when we have to say the general masses, we are not part of the general masses because we're film heads. We watch an exuberant amount of movies that the average masses don't watch. So I would say that there is
We
such a
ain't
thing
no
as
basic
fatigue.
viewers.
Exactly. Like, because the superhero movies have clearly taken a dip. Now, we also see that the quality of those movies have also taken a massive dip, but still, it has. I feel like there's a Star Wars fatigue. So even though Star Wars itself is not a genre, you can kind of argue it's a subgenre to some extent, right? And we definitely got too much fatigue of Star Wars. I'm fatigued of Star Wars. I don't even care about Acolyte or whatever it is. Like, I'm sure I'm trying to give it a watch, but I haven't even seen the last episode. It's too much. It's too much. I don't want to see it anymore.
Much.
Get it out of my face. Send it
No
back to the
mas.
chef.
No
No
mas.
más. Por favor, no más. I'm out.
Marie, what do you think? Is
Yeah.
genre fatigue and subgenre a real thing?
Yes, and I think it is real for everybody, for everyone. Just like you're film heads, whatever. Like, I mean, it's still you still feel that fatigue, and you don't just feel the fatigue within yourself or within the masses. You feel the fatigue from the writers or whatever coming out. It's like it gets lazier as it goes on a little bit. It seems like there's
Oh,
Star Wars
hold
fatigue.
on. Is that another Human Centipede reference?
Yup.
Number 4.
Just like when I said ladies last, I was like, I'm sticking the tail end. Like
That's
these
the worst
There's
spot
questions.
to
less
be in.
sustenance as it goes along the chain.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that is a real thing, and I think that there's also right now a Bloomhouse horror fatigue. Enough. Enough. So yes, I think it's a real thing, yes, and we're all feeling it for different ways, and we've all felt it for different things. Yes. We tired. We tired, boss.
Yeah.
We're tired.
See, I don't know. I'm looking at this through a different angle. I'm not sure if there's is such thing as a genre fatigue itself. I feel that it's more of when when we get one of those hot streaks of a genre where all of a sudden, like let's say we had the zombie like blowing up in like the early like 2000s, now we have the superhero. So you get these periods where like one genre or subgenre just blows up going through. I don't, I don't think it's fatigue that ends up killing it. I think it's those first few ones that come out and reinvigorate that genre tend to be like really good. They tend to like feel fresh and things like that. But then as it starts getting mass produced and more people are doing it, I don't know if it's so much that people are getting tired of the genre or subgenre, but that the originality is getting less and less. So you mentioned the quality is getting less and less. So is it really fatigue for the genre or subgenre, or is it more that the quality is going down so much that people are not enjoying it? It's not the genre itself, it's just the movies or the TV shows are just crappier. So that's what's killing it off more than, because I'm sure if we had think whenever any genre and you go 7 straight years, but every movie is quality, offers something different, is really good. I know people are going to be like, I am tired of these great movies from this genre. Like I'm getting fatigued. It's when they start getting crappy that people are like, I don't want to see this anymore. So is that really fatigue or is that just more like you went downhill?
It's
Good
our
point.
fatigue.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
genre fatigue for us. And like has there ever been um like say like the zombie thing where it's like zombie movie after zombie movie, zombie movie where it doesn't get fatigued? Like are there lots of movies just hit nonstop and they come out nonstop and they don't get worse in quality and they're all, what does that happen? I'm
You just
asking.
figure if there's so many of them, it's eventually going to lose quality. Like it's hard to be able to
Yeah.
sustain anything. That's why it was so
Yeah.
impressive that Marvel did it for 20 years, but
Hmm.
that's doesn't get replicated. Like nothing's been able to sustain that. So like it's an anomaly.
Hmm. We all need a nap. Marvel needs a nap. Sometimes things
Mhm.
get fatigued and just need a nap and maybe it'll be rejuvenated when they arise.
So here's a question I have for you guys, okay? You guys ready for this one? Who would win in a fist fight in their youth? Jack Nicholson or Robert De Niro? And why?
Oh. I'm
In
gonna
an
have to
actual
go.
street brawl fight.
I'm
No
gonna have to go with
weapons.
Robert De Niro because I feel that he must have gotten some boxing training for his movie and
Raging
his
Bull.
role in Raging Bull. So there's at least maybe some kind of technical training that he has that maybe Jack Nicholson doesn't have. And Jack Nicholson, he didn't look like he handled himself very well in the fight against Batman. He didn't show much technique, not much skill there. Just let himself get tossed, like nothing.
Hmm,
So I'm gonna have to go with De Niro.
hmm, Okay.
I think Jack Nicholson because
Ooh.
I think he's more cunning and I think he's a little bit crazy and I think the rage would take over and it doesn't care what kind of skills you have that once that rage and like that
One flew over the cuckoo's
insaneness.
nest, huh?
Yeah,
We've
I'm
seen enough.
telling you, I think he would just be like kind of like a George Costanza where it's like he would fight dirty and he would like just go crazy and I
Helicopter
think that
punches.
just I just feel like he would have the smarts to him that Robert De Niro wouldn't have, and he would use manipulation, maybe use mental manipulation, and try to get you that way. And then just like somehow, I don't know. I'm going Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Okay. Good. All right. Marie, your turn.
What about you, Dan? You
Oh,
gotta
my
answer your own
turn.
Oh
question
yeah.
too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Totally forgot I had to answer my own questions. Okay, so the key to this is not who I like better as an actor, it's who would win in a fight.
Yeah.
I think Jack Nicholson's taller, maybe. Robert De Niro's a
No.
little more wider and robust. I think he's from the like New York, isn't he? I think Robert De Niro's
New
from New
York,
York, Bronx
the
area.
Bronx.
He's from the Bronx, and he was in the Bronx, Bronx Tales. So maybe, he's mafioso. He's a good fella. I guess Robert De
They're
Niro,
both
but
5'10", by the way.
are they? Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they figured
Hey.
they seem.
Man, I mean, Jack Nicholson though in The Shining, like he's crazy, he's nuts, he really goes out there. But I think, I guess I gotta go with the Italiano. I mean, I just had to assume he's been in some fist fights. The Italian stallion. So I
Yeah.
guess I gotta go Robert De Niro. Really good
I have
choice.
no question that Robert De Niro is more skilled, but I think Jack Nicholson just has more.
He's got more high energy, it feels like, right? Like we've
Yeah,
seen Jack
A
Nicholson
little,
have like
a little
bigger
more
acting
craze to him.
performances, way more
yeah,
craze
and the
to him. Yeah.
craze. Yeah, yeah.
Good one. Okay. All right. Good one. I'm the one that asked the question. Good one. Good one.
Come on, Dan.
Come on,
Good
Daniel,
one,
pat
Dan.
yourself on the back.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay, this is directed to both of you, even though it's a two-parter question and it's tailored to each of you, but you both have to answer. Okay,
What?
you have to answer both questions, even though I tailored it to both. Okay,
Is there a
I'll
question
say.
on each side with our answer in the
No,
middle?
no, it's about I'm gonna reboot some movies slash franchises.
You missed
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna re.
I see
Okay,
what
no,
you
no,
did there,
It
sorry.
was Human Centipede again. You just
You know
went,
my son. Shit.
you just crawled right over it like it didn't exist.
You must have been in the front because you did not take that one in.
If they were to reboot the franchise
Mhm.
of Alien and also Batman, because you have to answer two questions, who would you choose to recast as Ripley, and also who would you choose to recast as Batman?
Well, which Batman franchise are we talking about?
They're rebooting Batman. You can't pick a previous Batman person. They're rebooting Batman. Who would you choose to cast as Batman? And they're also rebooting Alien. Who would you choose to recast as Ripley? You have to choose. Okay.
So for my Batman, I'm gonna go. Even though, okay, this guy never played Batman. I'm
It
gonna go Tom
shouldn't.
Hardy. I'm gonna go Tom Hardy. I want a scruffy.
Ooh.
I want a darker version of a Batman. I want somebody that looks like he's been in a fight. I want a scrappy version. I basically want the character that they gave us as Ben Affleck, but like I want like Tom Hardy and like a younger version of that, one that's still more in his prime and not the tail end of it. Tail end of it.
Mm.
I want one right in the middle of it. Give me Tom Hardy. It's ready to scrap, and I want to see him being Bruce Wayne. I mean, I don't want to see the whole Playboy, like that side of it. I want the scruffy kind.
For my Batman, I'm gonna go with Alan Richardson.
Who's
Alan
that?
who? Alan Richardson?
Alan
Ooh,
Richardson.
I gotta.
He's in the show Reacher now. He was in that new
Oh,
movie,
blonde guy,
Okay.
right?
the big giant guy. He's a
Yeah, guy's
beast.
Yeah.
jacked.
He
Yeah.
used to be in Blue Mountain State. He was the comic relief then,
I know you keep
for
telling
that
me
show.
about that. Like I haven't seen it, and you tell me I need to watch it. I will.
Yeah. I feel physique wise he matches Batman. I can see him pulling off, but it'll be more of like a tougher, brutal Batman. But
Hmm.
then I was also debating another person that I could think as Batman too, and can also pull the Bruce Wayne suave aspect is Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Oh. Oh, you
Also in
want
The Boys.
Supernatural.
Yeah, and also in The
Hmm.
Boys. And he played a hero sort of there. But I think he can pull out the physical aspects. He can also pull out the Bruce Wayne. So either of those two. And then for Ripley, uh, what about Lena Headey? Headey,
Hmm.
whatever her
Oh
name is,
yeah.
from Game
Yeah,
of
okay.
Thrones.
Hmm.
I feel I can see her as that scrappy, tough, female protagonist that's, taking on the alien. Um, so she popped in my head for that one.
For my Ripley, I'm gonna go with Florence Pugh. I did have
That's your
her in mind
go-to
before you
pick
said it.
for
She's
every
gonna be in
female
every
role.
fucking movie that I've ever do. Florence Pugh's gonna be casted. No,
Knew
okay. So
it.
for this particular one, I wanted to get a character that could be a badass character, right? Like I believe that she's tough. I believe she's gruff, but then it needs to be somebody that still shows that compassion and can still show the emotional appeal while still being a really good actress and somebody that, in my opinion, can carry a franchise and at least give me a 3 to 4 part franchise movie. Somebody that's young enough to be able to carry this on, and I still feel has the gravitas to compete with men and still compete against xenomorphs. Florence
Hmm.
Pugh fits that bill for me. She looks like somebody that can kick ass. She's a little like thicker built. You know what I mean? Like she looks like she could scrap a little bit. She's not
She's a little
somebody like a
tiny though.
she's shorter stout, but
Oh,
like but
she,
she
she
looks yeah.
she's
She was
powerful.
in she was in that wrestling movie, right? Where like she like put on muscle and stuff like that. Somebody like a Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm not believing that she's carrying around this giant, flamethrower machine gun and is taking on a xenomorph. So with Florence Pugh, absolutely. And then you give me somebody that I believe is going to win an Oscar. Calling it.
I just thought of another person possibly for Ripley.
Who?
What about with Marie Elizabeth Winstead?
Oh
She could.
yeah.
I
She
Yes.
could. She
besides
could.
that, I
I
saw
could
her
see it.
in
Mm-hmm.
Fargo. She showed she can be tough,
Mm-hmm.
be smart, handle herself. With it's pretty much all men in that cast, like for
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
season. And then she
I could
also
see
had
it.
that solo like action movie on Netflix that she was
Mm-hmm.
really good. So I think she can pull off
She
both
could.
aspects that you get with Ripley.
You know who else could be totally good for it too is Sydney Sweeney. I was just
Huh.
waiting to see your guy. I was waiting to see Marie's reaction.
Jesus. Yeah,
don't
I know who
don't
else would
ever
be good
cast
as
her to
Batman.
be my Ripley. Who?
Who would be good as Batman? That
Butthole
guy,
mouth.
his face.
Butthole mouth. I don't even know his name.
His
Howell or something, or I don't know.
I don't
Generic
know.
guy one.
Who would I pick? Well, okay, I know you want like a gruffer Batman, and I like that. But
Mm-hmm.
then just when I think of Batman, though, I think about a little more of a rich playboy, like just like I thought Michael Keaton didn't really have that look, even though I
Mm-hmm.
had a huge crush on him as Batman when I was a kid. But if I had to think about someone now who I think could do it like acting wise and like tough wise, and I guess playboy, rich boy look wise,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
He
But I
can
mean, he
pull it
was
I think
off,
he could do it.
Superman
but he
though.
was Superman, so
It's
people wouldn't
really
get
hard
over
to
it.
But
do that
I'm
when he's already
imagining
been.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining this worlds don't exist. I'm imagining
Yeah.
this we're
Okay.
restarting fresh. I would maybe pick him just because he
Mm.
has yeah. I don't know, because he kind of has that look. Maybe he would look like in the mask like that. I think he would look anyway. He has that jaw, and maybe Zendaya for Ripley.
Oh, get out of here!
Whoa.
You're gonna
I
cast
think she could do
Zendaya
it.
as Ripley, little 108
Yep,
pound Zendaya, holding a giant
that's the
flamethrower. Who
thing.
we just said Anya Taylor Joy couldn't carry that gun. You're gonna tell me
Okay,
Zendaya?
Ripley wasn't exactly a beast. Okay, she had those little white tidy panties
Do you
on,
know how
and she was
tall she
all
is?
skin and
Do you
bones,
know how tall
all
she
skin and
is?
bones. I feel like Zendaya's pretty tall for a girl.
Okay, but she's very, very bony, very bony.
Also, she's like frozen. She's frozen and asleep for a long time. She's not gonna wake up buff. Like she's not gonna be like, oh,
Well, if they're
I'm fully
frozen,
fed.
you're not gonna lose muscle mass while you're
She
frozen.
lost
Body's gonna be.
muscle. Okay, the ice eats it away somehow with science. Okay, I feel like she could do it though, acting wise, and I feel like she could bulk up for the role. If
No,
you're concerned about
Zendaya's
body,
Zendaya's a really good actress, absolutely. I just haven't seen her do something like this. Like she plays like the
I feel
Mary
like she could.
Jane type of, the MJ roles and stuff. Like even when she was in even in Dune and Dune 2, like she's like kind of a fighter, but like it's the others that are really fighting. It's not she's more like the conniving type that's behind the scenes and stuff. She seems more like the intelligent fighter, not
Yeah,
necessarily the
that's
Ripley,
how
not the Ripley
that's
type.
how I
Ripley
see
types.
Ripley though. Like she's intelligent though, and she's the one telling the
Oh,
guys, "This is what
100%
we
she's
got to do,"
intelligent.
and no one's listening.
That's why
I feel like
Florence
Zendaya could
Pugh
be
is the
that.
intelligence with the physical. Like she can scrap down and fight, physically fight, fist fight a xenomorph in the street. I'm believing Ripley could do that.
All right. You guys can bring any actor or actress back from the dead today at their peak, but bring them back to today. Who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good
Is this because we
question.
love them or because we want to see them act more? One that I
It
bring
could
back
I
because
it
got
I
can
one.
be
love
anything.
them.
It
I
could be
got
because
one.
you want to see them act
I
more.
got
It could
one.
be because you feel they fit with a lot of the movies that are coming out now and they can kill
I
it.
got it.
It could be for whatever reason, but you can bring back from the dead any
I got it.
person to today in their peak.
As soon as you said it, this face popped right into my head. Want
All
to know
right,
who it
then
is?
starting off.
John Candy. Give me John Candy.
Aww.
We need some more comedy in our life, but John Candy is a literal one of the greatest comedic improv genius we've ever seen on screen. He still had the drama that was in him that when you get those heartfelt moments that I felt like in today's he could have went down the path of like the Jim Carrey when he started doing like Truman Show stuff. We could have gotten an Oscar winning John Candy, man. He has it in him. John Candy's amazing. Like he has so many classics and most of his movies was him as a secondary character and not as a lead character. And I felt like we need more lead character movies of John Candy, despite the fact that there's been so many other, I'm sure better actors out there that I could have said. Man, the world needs some John Candy. We need some John Candy. The fact that comedy's like damn near like a dinosaur, like it's so
Yeah.
we don't get comedies anymore, man. And John Candy's the type to do he could like walk the line of R-rated with PG comedy that's family oriented but
Mm.
still throwing parent jokes, in there that I think he can get away with that I think we can use right now, meaning he can walk the line of obscene jokes while still not being canceled. John Candy's.
He's
Mm.
actually one of the options I had on my list.
Oh,
So
really?
that's a good choice. He's
Hey,
one of the
nice.
for the same reason. I was like the
Is
way
he?
the state that comedy is now when it comes to like movies, it can use a heavy hitter to kind of revive comedy movies. So that's a good choice.
I feel like he could also, I could see him eventually in his older age doing like some more of like a comedic drama. I feel like he has that
Absolutely.
look to him where he has that look to him and he had some sort of like, even though he could do like more adult type humor, rated R type stuff, I feel like he also has an innocence to him that was just like something that's just kind of so hard to capture. I feel like he could have
Yes.
did
Uncle
something more
Buck and then
serious.
Planes,
Yeah,
Trains, and Automobiles, he showed us so much vulnerability and like so much heartfelt moments, especially towards the ends of Play Trains and Automobiles. I think he can absolutely. That's why I say going the route of the Jim Carrey route. I
yeah,
feel like he
or
could have done that.
Mhm.
kind of like what Robin Williams was, where he would give you a
Yeah,
mix of
Mhm.
comedy and then put
exactly.
really good serious
Yep.
content out there and be able to do it. So I could definitely see
Mhm.
it. What
Okay.
about you, Marie? Who you bringing?
I would have said Carrie Fisher because of her death, the last Star Wars movie wasn't what it was supposed to be. They had a totally different idea. They said it was going to be about her. They said it was going to be about a Princess Leia movie, and because she passed away, it
But do
was
you really think it
what it
would have
is
been
now.
good? Do you really think it would have been good?
I just feel like
Do you have any
no, but I
confidence in
but I
Disney
but I
and what
feel
they've
like
done?
no, but I feel like it would have been better than what we got,
Yes,
I
but
think.
still, it's
And not
just
so
because
ruined.
just because you're not at the end of the line, Marie, doesn't mean that the experience is still good when you're sitting in that human centipede. Still a bad experience. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Pick another
I
answer.
that's within the last 10 years. I can consider that like now, like modern, because that movie came out what, 2015, 2016?
Mm,
I think the last one that
I
she was in. So I think that considered now. I thought you were gonna try to bring someone back for like the 90s. I'm like,
No,
no, that's too far away.
no.
So
Like that one really ruined everything. Like when I remember when that happened, I was like devastated. I'm like, what? Because they could have done something so much better, and they were like the writers, whoever was writing and directing it, was like this was going to be her movie, and now it's gone. So what could have been is gone, and I just can't live with it. I can't deal with it.
you have to. You have to live with that.
I do have to. I don't like it, but that's what. And like I don't know. I just feel like she deserved another chance.
All right, Jose, who you got?
at least we know what we got wasn't good. So it's either would have been not good again or possibly be good.
Yes.
It's
So
better to be not good without her than not good with her though, too, because then it would have
Exactly.
been worse.
Well, we did get episodes 8 with her, and it still wasn't that good. So,
Yeah, that wasn't that good. She was floating in space, and that was stupid. That was stupid.
all
That
right,
was the first
Jose,
thing that
let's
came to
keep
my
this
mind.
going.
all right. This was tough. Besides John Candy, I ended up like I had like three other people that I was like trying to put it down to, and I think I decided on Philip Seymour Hoffman. Uh,
Mm.
just
Okay.
because of this guy can do everything. He can do straight comedy. He can do really serious roles, like the the flexibility of his acting ability and the variety of projects that he would do. I feel like we can bring him back today and he can just hit us with all he can hit us with comedy. He can, be a villain in an action movie. He can, jump into horror. So it's like bringing him back, I think would add so much to the movie industry with the roles that he'd be able to put out because he was so talented and just got the career got cut way too short.
Dude, he did Along Came Polly and then Boogie Nights. Like two very different but amazing. And then also did the Big Lebowski. Like
Yeah.
amazing. I
And
love that
he
man.
to this day he's probably the top or one of the top villains of the Mission Impossible
Hmm.
series, and he was in the third
Oh
Exactly.
one.
God,
Yeah.
he's ooh, in that.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's one that got robbed really quick. Just a quick honorable mention is River Phoenix. Like he was robbed
Oh
so
well,
quick. He was
well.
his amazing dramatic actor. That dude was destined, man. He was on his
Yeah.
path.
If we're gonna throw an honorable mention, I'm just saying just because we lost him right when he finally started getting the respect, and that's Heath Ledger when he started getting the respect as an
Okay.
actor.
Good
See,
one.
this is why it's so hard for me to do this crap because my memory is the worst ever, and I am like, who's even dead? Like I don't know. Dead.
Your memory's dead.
My memory is deceased, and it cannot be resurrected. Like I'm just like I don't even know. Oh. But
Anybody.
yes, Heath Ledger, obviously. Oh my God, obviously.
Just
Hmm.
think after Dark Knight, where
Ugh.
finally he was seen as more like because
That was
there was that
amazing
time where he
actor.
was just like, oh, he's just a heartthrob, he's a rom-com guy,
Yeah.
and he had to pretty
Yeah.
much start going low key to try to build his reputation, but wasn't getting the attention and respect
Hmm.
that he should have. Right, and then that the Dark Knight was the one that finally propelled him. Like I just imagine the things we would have seen from him after that we didn't get to see.
I agree. Okay. So
Sad.
here's my question for you guys. So it's Marie, you're gonna have one, and then Jose, you're gonna have the other. Okay. So Marie,
Mm.
do you have more faith in Star Wars figuring it out or the Halloween franchise? Jose, yours is Star Wars or Friday the 13th franchise? Who do you think has more? What do you have more faith in, and why?
Um, you know what? I'm gonna say the Friday the 13th franchise because it's at least like the TV series is backed by A24. So I think that's strong backing that has a history of putting out quality content. And besides the financial issues, the fact that before this came out, they were able to see this isn't going to work. Let's go back to the drawing board. It shows that they're taking this serious. They're not just going to put something out there just to make money, because that's one of the reasons they bought into the rights for that franchise is because they're trying to make more money so they can release the quality they've had. And they still were like, let's go back to the drawing board. So that gives me confidence. Um, we had Andor for Star Wars, and it was like, okay, maybe this is well written, good acting. Maybe we're heading in the right direction. And we got the Acolyte. Coming out right now, the shows no that Andor might have been an aberration, just like the Mandalorian might have been an aberration. So that's my choice. Friday the 13th.
Good. Marie. So it's gonna be
Oh,
Star
Halloween.
Wars or Halloween. Halloween? Why?
Halloween for sure. Oh yeah. Well, because Disney has their claws in Star Wars and that's it. Like it's dead. I don't see anything. Good. I would be shocked if anything changes. Unless Kathleen Kennedy goes, make Kathleen Palpatine. Unless she goes, then maybe Star Wars might have some sort of a hope. But
I don't even think
the-
it's just Kathleen. I don't even just blame Kathleen Kennedy as a reason why Star Wars is like this. I think
it's
it's
one
just
reason.
it's a reason, but I don't think she's like the super genius that's controlling all of Disney and allowing this. I think Disney is just this conglomerate business
Yeah.
of just businesses and like businessmen, and
Hmm.
it's just yeah, it's all
Yeah.
that.
So that's
Yeah,
why it's all that
but yeah, I
hodgepodge.
know.
And Halloween, if Blumhouse is gone and someone else takes over Halloween,
I think
I
it's
want to see it.
I think it's Miramax now. They've got the rights for the show that's going to come
Yeah.
out for Halloween.
And
So
they
you have
did
more
like,
confidence in
didn't they do
Miramax.
Halloween H2O? Well, they did Halloween H2O, didn't they? I'm pretty sure. Or
Yes.
whoever they owned,
Is it?
Miramax or something owned. Yeah. And yeah. And I mean, Halloween, it's not as I don't know. I just feel like I feel like with horror, there's there's more they can do. I don't know why. I just feel like there's so many more minds going into horror than just like, oh, I'm Disney and it's just Star Wars. I don't know.
I think
Halloween.
the advantage of the horror that you're not going to have with Star Wars is with the horror. There's always a reset button, and it's been used plenty of
Hmm.
times. You've got the reset button. There's going to be no
Yeah,
reset button for Star Wars. You pretty
no.
much any improvement that you do, you got to do it off of the shambles that are out there right now. There's no like, hey,
Hmm.
let's just reboot it and give a new story or anything like that. So you're always going to be building off the crap. With the horror movies, you can always just restart and no one's going to bat an eye. What about you, Dan? Star
Uh,
Wars
He has no opinion.
or or oh no, that's too easy. I was gonna say or Alien, but I'm like, that's already looking fucking
yeah,
good.
and it looks
Ah,
amazing.
s-
Yeah,
Alien,
looks good.
uh,
Predator. You want to pick the Predator franchise? I want to pick Predator.
no, because that they already nailed
Mm.
the prey
Yeah, they
in
did.
there. Damn it, what else?
Prey is better than anything that probably any of the Star Wars movies that Disney released.
Yeah,
Right?
Marie,
Prey is
help me out here.
amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something for
I mean,
Daniel.
in fairness, whatever it is, I'm gonna pick the other thing because Jose, what you said, that logic at the end, it was my logic. Is you can always soft reset franchises. You can't do that for Star Wars. They've done it
No.
so much that you're stuck with what they've done, and it's almost like it's too heavy now, and they have just
Mm,
failed miserably, like
mhm,
miserably. That like other projects, you can always just like somebody takes it over, like Friday the 13th, for instance. I have more faith in Friday the 13th figuring out because they're doing a TV show and they're doing something different. Even when we talk about Halloween, like at least it got acquired by something else and they sort of washed their mouth of the last thing that they were doing, and they're gonna try something else. So
well, and Star Wars has like years and years and books and comics and video games, the lore and the cartoons, and it's just
yep,
like
and they're
there's
ignoring
too
all of
much
that,
there to ruin. Yeah, there's too
and
much there
yet
to
they're
ruin.
ruining it.
Okay,
They're
Yeah.
trading.
how about this, Dan, for
Oh,
your
you're gonna give me
question?
a crappy one, so I have to say Star Wars. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna change it up. It's not gonna
Okay.
be a this or this.
Okay.
Is if they were to say we're scrapping everything and we're starting Star Wars from scratch, how would you feel about it?
I would
That
like
means
that better than what they're
that
doing right
means even the
now.
originals, like
That's fine.
scrapping everything.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with a complete restart of something like that because again, I'm the type that like even if they have bad sequels, whatever, I can always go back and rewatch the originals and they still exist. You're not wiping it from my memory. So I'm down to do that. I would prefer they go that route than what they're doing right now with Star Wars, to be completely honest. Because right now they're
Damn,
just ruining the lore that they're doing.
I just realized I should have said Star Wars or Jurassic Park.
Oof. See, that would have been hard. Yeah. Too late. You already asked. Okay.
If you could pick a director to direct a biopic of your life, who would it be? And who would you choose to portray you as which actor would you choose?
Okay.
Okay. Do we have to pick an actor that like kind of looks like us?
No, you don't have to pick
Well, I mean,
Mario
it's
Lopez. Don't
funnier if it
worry.
is. It's funnier if it is. We have to pick somebody that we think kind of loosely
Well,
resembles
well,
us.
maybe
I
sort of
can't
looks
say,
like
oh,
you.
The Rock. The Rock's gonna play me. It's like, come on.
Well,
Like,
that Rock wouldn't play
No
you
actor
in
really
any
looks like me.
aspect, Daniel.
that's what I'm
Brains,
saying.
nothing. Like you're
Oh,
just
I mean,
above the Rock, okay?
I'm just saying, it's like this
Rock
massive
bottom, and there's
Hawaiian guy. Like, you
no,
know.
like pick who you want, and if they look like you, then better, I guess. It's who you want to play you.
You know what? I'm gonna go for director. I'm gonna go Christopher Nolan because
Yeah,
he'll make that
okay.
shit epic. He'll make it epic. So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to have to go with him.
Hmm.
To play me looks nothing like me, but he's just like so cool in every role that he plays, and he's so versatile. I'm gonna go with Pedro Pascal.
Okay. Pedro
Oh, okay.
Pascal. Okay. Director, I gotta go Tarantino, man. Let's make this epic. Let's give me a dope
Yeah.
soundtrack. You know what I mean? We'll do some great cut, and guess what? There's gonna be some great dialogue and some great words that are gonna be said out of this mouth. I'm on board. Who's the actor? I'm gonna pick
Mm.
somebody that's kind of quippy and fun to watch that I think could do good with Tarantino's dialogue. Okay, I'm gonna go with Robert Downey Jr., man. That'd be kind of funny to sit there and see a younger Robert Downey Jr. doing me. Hell yeah, let's see that. All
I'm
quippy
just a
and
dude playing
lippy.
the Hispanic dude playing the dude.
Exactly. He could pull off the accent. He'll do all right.
You know, I'm surprised. I thought for some reason I thought you were gonna pick Bernal.
I thought about him actually. Him and then Diego Luna popped into my head.
Yeah,
Actually, that's why I really thought, do I go Latino? Do I go Latino? And it's like, and that's why I thought, well, Robert Downey Jr. will be funny and quirky and
you could
whatnot.
have
So
gone Scarlett Johansson. She plays every race.
she does. Yeah, she does. And she even plays a robot. So there you go.
Yeah. What about you, Marie?
You know what? I'm thinking about this just now as we were talking about it. You know how I feel about Martin Scorsese's movies, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be the guy to do my life.
That means you would never want to relive your life again. You lived it once, you're good, you
No.
don't want to do it again.
I know how I feel when I watch those movies and I'm like, this is real. And there's something about, and there's always like some aspect that's like, oh. So I'm like, "Huh."
That's
He
both
has this
funny
way,
and sad.
yeah, like he has a way of making things seem extremely realistic, but there's always a little bit of like dark stuff going on. And I feel like that's just me a little bit. And I feel like he would do a good job. Feeling him.
Who would
And
play
just some
you?
types of shots that he has. I don't know who would play me.
Florence Pugh. I'm kidding.
Yes,
Her,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
her.
She's too
Like,
intense.
but you know,
you could go badass, go like
wait,
Charlize Theron.
wait. No, wait a second. Wait a second. Did you say Florence Pugh is too intense
Yeah, I haven't seen do comedy
to
like the
play
way she.
me?
She's a very like I haven't seen
I'm
Florence
not.
do a lot of comedy and like do
Have you
bouncy
seen
and
her
all
in
that
real
stuff.
life do like interviews?
Yeah, but she's
She's
more
And
also
drier British
you'd say
comedy.
maybe.
She's more like
Well,
drier British wit. Yours is more
oh,
like a you kind of have like a bouncy humor to yourself that I haven't seen
do
her do
I?
yet.
I feel like I have this dark humor to me. I pick Jennifer Lawrence. She's the one who I think
Jennifer Lawrence
I've
makes a
seen her
ton
do
of
stuff, and
sense.
I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think Jennifer Lawrence because yeah, she has this like kind of I don't know this type of awkward stuff to
Je
her
ne sais quoi.
sometimes, but je ne sais quoi. She's got the je ne sais quoi. Her.
okay. This is very simple. You're trapped in a padded room with no internet or access to the outside world for an entire week.
Oof.
What movie and what TV show are you bringing with you?
I think when Harry met Sally because I need something upbeat, and the TV show. You know what? I just rewatched the whole entire thing, and I gotta say, Peep Show, my favorite, my third favorite TV show of all time, dark British cringe, gross humor. Have to because I can watch that over and over again. To me, it aged so well, and it's dark enough and horrific enough and funny enough to keep me entertained the whole time and laugh constantly. So, Peep Show and When Harry Met Sally.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna pick I'll go Kill Bill Volume 1 for the movie because it gives me energy, it gives me energized when I feel like it's like getting dull in there, like I need to get something that gets me hyped up. For the TV show, I'm gonna pick something very different and something I wouldn't normally pick. and I'm picking this one strategically, I'm gonna pick Saturday Night Live because you have such a wide range of versatility that I'm not watching the same thing. All the skits are so different. I have 20, 30 years of seasons to go through and watch of like a bunch of different cast changes that would feel like something new. So randomly, I choose
Mhm.
Saturday Night Live.
That's a good choice.
Good choice.
Um,
Mhm.
all right, for movie, for its versatility, I'm gonna have to go with Into the Spider-Verse because it has mix of comedy. It's got
Ooh.
action, it's got visually appealing, it's got emotion, it's got a little bit of everything. So I can fit into any movie. And then for TV series, just because it has so many seasons and so many episodes that I can probably go the whole week and not have to rewatch an episode, I would go with Supernatural. I can rewatch that.
Yeah.
It's horror themed, like 20 episodes a season, 15 seasons. I probably won't even finish it in that week. So I will be fully entertained and I never have to repeat a watching.
Hmm, good choice. Okay.
Right. Good.
Okay, my question for you, okay? The Lion King or Aladdin, and the other one's gonna be wiped clean
Aladdin.
forever. Why?
It's because it was always my favorite growing up. It was always Aladdin 1, Lion King number 2 out of Disney movies. So by that thing, I have to go with the one that was always my number one.
The music and everything's gone.
I know that
Hmm.
is the number one thing that's stopping me right now is the music. Because A Whole New World is my favorite Disney song ever.
Okay, so what you think?
Music's
I'll
more
give my
important to me
answer.
than anything.
I would keep Aladdin and wipe away Lion King just because the same thing Jose said. Aladdin is my first, Lion King is my second. And Lion King is so epic and everything, and it's probably the better film. I mean, it's the better film. I just love Aladdin
Yeah.
more. I love it
Yeah.
more. The Lion King soundtrack's probably a little better too, but I
Yeah.
personally love the Aladdin soundtrack more and listen to it more.
Mhm.
But still, I'd still
Yeah.
choose Aladdin because
I
I'm
used to
selfish.
know all the songs by
Mhm.
heart for
I
the
still do.
Aladdin. I
I still
can't say
do.
the same thing for all of the Lion King songs.
I think I know
Like I
them
say,
both.
the songs might have
I
been
know them
better,
both.
but like I used to be able. I watched that Aladdin movie so many times growing up.
Mhm, mhm.
I watched Lion King a lot more than Aladdin. I think the soundtrack as a whole is much better than Aladdin, but A Whole New World is my favorite of all time. Music's more important to me than anything. Picking that, and also for the romance, Aladdin. I'm shocked at my own
Aladdin for
answer.
the win,
Over one
and a
song,
boo.
huh? Okay.
Because of one song, yes, that's how important it is
But
to
that
me.
song is so powerful. I love singing that
Yeah.
It
song.
it is.
I do.
It
All
is
right.
love. It's love.
All right, Marie.
Oh, is it my turn?
Last question.
Yeah.
Yep, last question.
Okay, okay. So this is one of the questions that I had to ask you guys, and it was a one must go thing, okay? And
Mhm.
I it's a one must go movie related, both you guys. You could never watch and have wait, okay, you could never watch again, and all of these countries' movies would be gone forever and never
All these
existed.
movies, countries.
You have to delete
Country?
foreign countries' movies from existence, and you
Okay.
can also never watch any of them again. So you have to pick from French movies, Korean movies, Japanese movies, or Italian movies. You have to eliminate one from all existence, never had to be created that you've seen.
Okay. French movies keep. You said Korean movies keep. Japanese movies keep, and the other one was
Yep.
Italian movies.
Italian.
I would get rid of Italian movies because it's not
What?
American Italian. You said Italy. Italian movies are
Yes.
Italy movies.
Yes.
There's a couple of really good, great, amazing, beautiful Italian movies, but the other three, I mean, they have lists of some of my greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. I can't get rid of
Hmm.
those. So,
Well,
French is probably out of the four. Oh man, French films are that's my jam, man. French films are like top, and I'm never touching them. Second would probably be Korean movies, actually, and then Japanese movies, and then Italian, even though Italian's
okay.
got great ones.
Hmm.
Well, Marie, you know me and A are quite. Okay?
No,
Me and A are quite.
you're getting rid of A, I think. French, I
No.
think you're gonna go.
I'm gonna have to go Japanese.
Oh,
That's the one you're cutting?
I'm gonna have to cut Japanese. I feel that there's while not exactly similar, there's similarities between like Korean and Japanese movies that we get. So like even though it's not exactly the same, I'll be getting a little bit out there. And then when it comes to like things like anime, which tends to be from Japan, I don't really watch those, so I'm not gonna be missing out on those.
Never
Um,
Japanese horror though,
and
bro.
I
Japanese
think
got some
even just
great
cat
horror.
That's what I'm saying.
and I think just catalog wise, I don't think, at least that I can think of, seen a ton of movies for Japanese, so I wouldn't be losing too much from what I have already
They
seen
got
right
really good
now.
martial arts movies too.
Okay. Can I just say why I can't get rid of Japanese?
Hmm.
The Ring is one of my favorite horror movies. It's the remake of Ringu. Can't get rid of that. Battle Royale. Can't get rid of
That's
that.
why. Exactly.
Godzilla.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, Godzilla.
I
Audition.
know. See?
Audition. Can't get
Audition. I
rid of
have that on
that.
my list, Daniel, for
Yeah, I
you.
know. Thank you. There's so many
Yeah.
Japanese. That's why I'm
Godzilla?
like, I think, in my personal
Mm,
opinion, I think Japanese movies on my list, because I've seen more of them, have the catalog is way wider than Korean, but Koreans have the more brilliant movies that I've seen. That's why I'm like, Korean's probably second for me. French is just
I
a
know.
fucking vibe, man. Like I
Yeah.
vibe with French films
Ooh.
on a
Okay, you know
whole
what?
different creative level.
Italy, you gotta go.
You know, I
Okay.
love Italian movies, but like,
Yeah.
man, the other ones are just too much. But
So which
oh
French
man,
movies do you really like then, Jose? Because I thought you
you're
were gonna
talking
get rid
about
of
Federico
France.
Fellini, right? Like you're getting rid of some good Italiano, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
good.
Oh, because Jose, you can't get rid of Martyrs. Martyrs is French.
Yeah, that movie definitely made an effect. Now,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with Italy out of that
Okay.
one.
I'm losing my La Ventura though. That's time. Damn.
Yeah. And then I also so I wrote down ones obviously French. I can't get rid of Amelie ever. And I also have one. I also have a woman is a woman on
Woman is
here.
a
I have
woman.
Martyrs and I have High Tension, which I love as a horror movie.
Yes.
Korean, I don't know if I can get rid of Old Boy ever because it's one of the most
And then
impactful.
Parasite. Can't get rid of Parasite.
Parasite I have on here. I have Train to Busan on here for Korea.
Train to Busan, yeah.
Japanese, The Ring, Battle Royale, Godzilla,
Mhm.
Audition. There's also animes like Grave of the Fireflies is one of my favorite. Oh, it's so sad. And then Italian, Life is Beautiful. I just love Life is Beautiful so much. You're getting rid of Suspiria. You're getting rid of this movie Zombie that I love so much. One of my stupid favorite horror movies, Zombie. I don't know.
And
I don't know what I
Cinema
choose.
Paradiso.
I have it on my list. I have it on my list. It was Cinema
Cinema
Paradiso.
Paradiso is probably my favorite Italian movie, I think.
I haven't watched it, but I
I
have it on
know.
my list to fight
Cinema
you if you were going to pick
Paradiso.
Italy.
Cinema
Okay, so
Paradiso.
anyway, I don't know what I'd pick. That's really hard for me.
You gotta pick one.
Maybe Italian, I guess. Even though I love Life is Beautiful and
Mhm.
that zombie movie.
That's
I
just
just I can't get
the
rid of
other
it.
ones are too
Yeah.
heavy. They're too ingrained
And
in my soul.
not that I'm rushing to watch Old Boy again, but I don't think I could ever erase that because it was
There's
too
no
brilliant for me.
other Old Boy. Like it's Old Boy. Like
No.
there's no other movie that's comparable. Like, oh well, if I lose Old Boy, at least I got this one that's like it. There's nothing like it. That's it.
Should there be?
Old Boy.
No, but that's why
No,
it's so brilliant.
exactly. All right. So on that note, thank you for watching another episode of Not a Strong Start. Please like, subscribe, comment, share on the YouTube channel Not a Strong Start. You can listen to us anywhere you listen to your podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Not a Strong Start. I am your host. Riddle me this. You can follow me at King_Sangre.
I'm not your host. Questions you have. And you can find me at This Is Mi Nombre on Instagram.
And I am Turd Ferguson, sans mustache. And you can find me at Marie Plays It All on Instagram.
Jose.
It's natural.